Good morning, wonderful family. Once more, we have seen the light of the day. We have woken up. It's so amazing the creations of God. South Africa, Lesotho, Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, this part of the world is now experiencing the winter season. It's becoming chilly cold. Whereas United States, Canada, Europe, UK, Asia, they are moving away from winter to summer. Very amazing are the creations of the world and what the Lord has done. Quickly this morning or this afternoon or this evening, depending on your area, I want to read a scripture and share something very briefly with you. In the book of Psalms 139, verse 14, it says, I praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are the works, and that my soul knoweth right well. I am wonderfully and fearfully made. Marvelous things the Lord has done. And that brings me to what I want to share with you this morning to say, we are different species. We are different species of people, not made for competitions, but to complete one another. Different species, like different automobile makes, made differently, different speedometers and different engines. Some of us can carry heavy weights. We can carry heavier weights and heavier loads and travel for a longer time and faster time. Some can travel faster, some can travel slowly, some can go longer distance without problems developing on them. Like a motor car, like a motorcycle, a bike, like a bus, like a trailer payloader, like aircrafts. Some fly domestic and some fly continental, while some fly overseas. Let me tell you, that's why I don't compete with anyone. I don't envy or jealous anyone, irrespective of where you find yourself and where I find myself. The motorcycle, no traffic holds it. It can travel very fast. It can wriggle itself out of a heavy traffic. But guess what? And you wish that, oh no, when the traffic has caught up with you, I just wish that I am this one using this motorcycle. The motorcycle carries just one passenger with little engine, little petrol tank. It can travel fast, but there are certain places it cannot go. It has certain limitations. It's like a pleasure car that can carry 5 passengers with little baggage on the boot. Now, it has its own limitation. It has only one petrol tank. There are distances it cannot go, but it can still travel a long time. A trailer, a bus can carry 77, 80 passengers. It has 2 engines. It has 2 petrol tanks. It has places you can park your luggages. But because of the height also, there are places it cannot go. A trailer payloader can carry only 2 passengers in the front. It may not carry more passengers, but it can carry so much loads. And yet it can still carry other vehicles on top of it. Just like an aircraft, which some go domestic. The helicopter cannot fly into another country because of restrictions. It cannot go beyond 1,500 feet up because of limitations. It cannot carry more than 16 passengers. Yet there are domestic aircrafts. It can't go beyond the country you are in. And there are continental ones. You call it regional sometimes. It can travel from one country to another country. But in the same Africa or in the same Asia or in the same America, because it's domestic. And then those that travels international, some can go to Europe, but it cannot cross the Atlantic, it cannot cross the Pacific, it cannot cross the Indian Ocean. It must have certain gadgets on it because of limitations. If it doesn't have those gadgets, it will sink into the sea. Yet there are aircrafts that are built that can fly over the Pacific or the Atlantic, special aircraft that are built for special purposes. Some of them can take off from the ship. Some of them can take off from the land. It can land on the water. It can land on the mountain. It can be used for transportation. It can be used for war. This is how each of us are made, created for bigger and smaller assignments in this universe for a purpose. This is who we are, specially made. Different species. We all are traveling on the same road, but we are not heading to the same place. Everyone off-ramps on the road. Wherever you come, wherever you're heading to, we all can be traveling in one freeway, in one express road. When you come to where you're going to, you off-ramp. Because we all are not going to the same place. Because we all are different species, specially, wonderfully, and beautifully made, according to God's specifics, according to the purpose He has created us for. Let me share this with you. Individual life is like travelers that come to the airport. We all want to travel, but we all come converging at the airport. At the airport, when you are arriving to travel, you find out that some are already arriving. Now, when you are purchasing your ticket, you find out that some have already used their ticket. By the time you are checking in, you find out that others' time to check in could be in the next 3 hours, some in the next 5 hours. Your flight time could be 6 in the evening, while their own flight time is 3 p.m., while the other host flight time could be 12 midnight. Different timings. Now, you are flying to Dubai. Some are flying to Lagos. Some are flying to Japan. Some are going to United States. Some are going to Canada. Some are going to Russia. Some are going to New Zealand. We are going to different places. Your flight fee is different from my flight fee. The distance you're going is different from the distance I'm going. Your arrival time is different from my arrival time. Your departure time is different from my departure time. Anytime your flight is about to take off is when your own vision is starting, because we all are created as different species. No competition, nothing to say we are all going to the same place, because we are created individually, fearfully and wonderfully made individual, no matter how you look. So there is no competition. There is no rivalry. The issue about size, because the size of your aircraft is different from the size of my aircraft. The number your aircraft is carrying is different from the number my aircraft is carrying. The time your aircraft is arriving is different from the time my aircraft is arriving. So no one is competing with anyone. The money I paid is not the money you pay. Your flight fee is different from my flight fee. We are different species. Don't compete with anyone. Depend on what God created you for, the purpose why He created you, because you are fearfully and wonderfully made by God. God bless you. Thank you very much.